Hi guys, I'm not happy. I just did a whole video and it got deleted. You can believe that? I'm so annoyed. So annoyed because it was so good. Anyways, hi guys. I am doing a review and a video. Now my sister messaged me and tell me about this guy named DERRICK JAXN. And usually I don't really pay attention to these people, but I decided to go see what it's all about because I'm like, what is she talking about? Now, mind you, a week ago, I decided that I wanted to do like relationship reviews and stuff like that, especially on this guy named Kevin Samuel. And I really don't like the advice that he does be giving people, both male and female. So to me, I think is going backwards, but I'm going to do some reviews so you can see what I mean. But I'm going to do this review, and this guy named DERRICK JAXN or whatever the case is. And we're going to go through the motion. Now, I only watched a few minutes of the video, so I don't know much that is going on. So we are going to watch this together and get through this together, right? So with that being said, let's go.
Jackson here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that DERRICK JAXN was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it that I'm going by.
Okay, in watching that video, all I saw is he not taking accountability for what he don't see the wrong in what he did, basically. He see the wrong in what the Bible says or what other people says, right? But he doesn't see the wrong in what he did. Other people see and the Bible say that I should be faithful to my wife, that I shouldn't cheat or this shouldn't happen. So I'm going to try not to do it, but I don't think I want to not do it, right? That's the vibe that I'm getting here. He don't believe a single thing he is saying right now. At the end of the day, the Bible says that I shouldn't do this and I don't want to, but I can still get caught doing it and ask for forgiveness. As for her, she looks hella nonchalant. Like, he did this already, y'all. I kind of hear this shit already. We just here because. That's how that looks. It's just a nonchalant thing. He's accustomed to cheating. She's accustomed to it. She's not behaving like a first timer who got cheated on maybe once or twice and he's asking for forgiveness. She behaving like this man did it for a whole bunch of years. So let's continue.
It means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this.
Let me stop there again. He's accountable to God. What about being accountable to yourself? You can't be accountable to another being if you are not first accountable to you in what you are doing. You are not taking the blame for what you are doing. The accountability comes to you first. You're the one that's taking those actions. If you don't take the accountability, then you don't see any wrong or right in what you do because you are not first chastising you.
That it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent.
Here's the thing. He's on a platform living a persona, and this persona is living that life. He, on the other hand, do not believe in the persona he has created, and this persona has not gotten through to him enough to see the value in himself. So he looks for that outside of that, which is in the persona. So you can't create a persona that you yourself don't believe in or try to take pointers from. He, as a guru of sorts, and I'm upcoming in that sorts, I can't tell people to do certain things and not live that. Then it's not true to how I feel about it. It doesn't feel right. But he himself doesn't have that within him. So he is going to portray to you guys one thing and then live something else because he doesn't find the connection between those things. It is a means to an end, the thing that he has created. That's it. It is not who I am. I'm not telling you that I like to do or like blue because I like blue. I like blue because other people like blue. So I'm gonna continue liking blue. There's no connection between what he's doing to who he is as a being. He's not being true to that.
Think that I can't be held accountable. You know, the same way that I preach, you know, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn's no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bed and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. So we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Yes, so I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward.
How are you gonna say you're not something it's something that you don't tolerate, but you've tolerated for multiple times? Then what do you tolerate? What kind of self-respect do you have for yourself to tolerate something like this?
And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, you know, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood firm on I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality, in how he carried himself, in how he presented himself, and conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. And when we were able to have these dialogues, said, okay, Lord, this is something that you've had your hand on. And this was with me being completely removed from his life. And him pursuing God, continuing to pursue God, and continuing.
How are you going to pursue another being if you don't even know how to pursue the void in you? You can't pursue and live by what another being says if you are outliving you. You have to start within yourself in order for you to know what it is that you would allow yourself to do, what it is that you would allow things to happen to you or for people to do to yourself. This is what I find about Christianity is always the Bible says this or the Bible said that this is I should do this because this says that. And then there's that saying of they say you shouldn't do this, they say you shouldn't do that. But what about you? What do you want to do? What do you want to allow? What boundaries do you want to set for yourself? Do you like doing this? What it is about the cheating that you keep running out there behind that you think you are missing? Why not find that within yourself? Why not figure out what it is that you keep running behind? He says that it's nothing to do with trauma. But when you sit down and you realize, when you study certain things about people who decided that they wanted to cheat or decided that they wanted to do certain things, most of it are influenced by your surrounding and the things that you see. What is his home like? What did his mother allow his father to do? What are those things? And then because you as a woman believe and man believe that marriage is supposed to be all of that, I'm going to accept certain things. So then you're accepting certain things because this is something somebody else or something else telling you that you got to fight and work for your marriage. But you're not fighting or working for yourself. He's not fighting or working for himself. So what are you guys fighting and working for at the end of the day?
To eliminate these things that led up to the catastrophe that you guys are seeing for the first time. So there's nothing out there right now that is information that I don't already know about or haven't known about. And so this is not something that is new. We have moved.
Something that isn't new. He's cheated more than once. In the 12 years that they've been together, he has cheated more than once, and she is accustomed to it. This is why she is so all cool.
Forward from it. We have gotten counsel for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. And that is what I needed for the continuation of me being present and in this marriage and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I proudly stand by his side.
She didn't
And
believe
I
that.
have
You
no
can see how she just said that.
hesitation. I have no hurt, no shame about that. And it's only because of the grace of God and the mercy of God. And we have already turned a new chapter in this story.
What about the grace of you and the mercy of you? Do you even want to continue to do this? Do you want to still be here? What do you want? Do you think that this is right? I am assuming that she has kids. What about the children? What about what they see and what you are portraying to them? As I know, in the Christianity world, there is the man be the leader, right? What type of leadership is he showing you? Because he's the leader, you're the follower behind this. So what kind of leadership is he showing to you? What kind of leadership is he showing to the children? What it is that he's teaching you, where it is that he's taking you. Is it a healthy location, or is it a toxic location? Is it something that the children can learn from to say, these are the things that I want to put into my relationship? This is out there. What about them?
We are continuing to move forward, and we are just now sharing that with you all. And I forgave him, and most importantly, God has first forgiven him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So
Forgive the
that's all
others.
I have.
Yeah. And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down. If you've had a perspective shift on who Derrick is, hopefully it's away from anything remotely close to perfection. And it is simply that, I am.
He keep referring to himself as in the third person. Why do you keep doing that? You have to say that I am. You are the person that who you are. This is your name. So who I am, not who Derrick is. Who is Derrick? Is Derrick out? Go get Derrick so Derrick could come and sit here so Derrick could take his place and say that I am the one that this is. I am the one that did that. Stop saying this, Derrick, Derrick, Derrick. I feel like you're just in place of him and you're talking for him. Say I. You take accountability for whatever it is that you think you do wrong. At this point, I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think you did anything wrong. So what it is that you're showing people is how not to take accountability for what you've done, as much as you coming out and telling all or whatever the case is. If you don't think that cheating is wrong, okay, state that fact. Don't come out here because the public thinks this is what you should do and I'm going to do this to save my face. You are still not being true to you. And at the end of the day, you will not be true to her or your marriage in the future as well. As much as you go and get congregation or whatever, people are going to pray on you, whatever. But if it is that you do not believe in anything in your bones, in what it is that these people are praying for, or what it is that you're trying to accomplish and build, you will not go forth with what it is that you're trying to create because you don't believe in them.
Human, and that does not justify anything that I did, but I don't want anybody out there to be putting me on a pedestal. If you did, then I hate that you did that. Maybe I gave you cause for that, and I apologize if I did. For those who are saying, Derrick, I don't want to ever listen to you again, it's totally understandable. I appreciate you while I had your support and helping me get the message out about healing and healthy relationships to so many people who needed it, myself included. And for those who are going to continue to support, man, I appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward, at least for a little while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name. But for everybody out there, if you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right here in this video, please get this. Nothing is right until it is right with God.
Nothing is right until it's right with you. Not right with God, right with you. You have to make yourself right. What you have done was disappoint yourself. You have been working on your career or whatever it is that you're doing for 9 years. You've been together with this woman for 12 years. It is 12 years later that you still have not found yourself. You still have not found what is right within yourself. You are forgetting you and what it is that you've learned with yourself. You've made a growth from where you are 12 years ago to who you are right now. So therefore, in your experiences, what have you learned? Are they applicable? It doesn't look like they are applicable. You just live in the persona, but you are forgetting you. You forget you and then fill the void of you with other things. With that, you have attachment, which is your wife and then your children. She believes in religion, so she is going to follow. She's going to cater to. She is not going to be able to stand on her own. She is relying on you. You don't even rely on yourself. What then? As much as you don't rely on yourself, you think you're going to rely on God? In what way?
Nothing works until it comes into alignment with biblical standard of how God told us to do things, especially when we're talking about a
That's why you're in this
marital,
position.
a spiritual covenant.
Yes.
You know, you cannot do this by your own understanding, your own intelligence, your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God to break free from certain.
You are not standing on your own period, your own understanding, your own everything that you just listed. That means you are still relying on something else to stand. You are forgetting you still.
Things, to stay away from certain things, to not operate from your lowest self, whatever it may be. And it's because it's really only by God's grace that we're even able to be here on this video, holding hands.
See,
like a
see
year
that?
ago,
Yeah.
7-8 months ago.
You see that? You see that? You see what she just did? She forgive him because of the grace of someone else. She has not forgive him for herself. She's still holding on to stuff because God said forgive and forget is why I'm going to do it. But I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because something else tell me to do it. When you be true, this is what I find about Christianity. They are not true to themselves. They do this and they do that. And then they say, oh my gosh, the devil tapped me, this tapped me, that did this to me. But then what about you? You were the one that did those actions. You have to stop blaming things for what you do and the decisions that you make. She has not forgive that man. Her posture, her everything says that. But she forgive him because the Bible says to do so. And because the pastor saying, the female in the church saying men cheat, so I'll have to do this and I have to do that. And in turn, she forgets who she is.
Even I couldn't see this happening. I thought it was over and I already had begun establishing my relationship with God. But that's the fruit of bringing things in alignment with God. And the mess that's been made, the mess that's now being made public from last year and years past, that's a result of getting out of alignment with doing things God's way. So that's where I stand. That's where we stand. And again, we appreciate you guys and we'll see you soon. Peace.
See that? he said as doing things outside of God's alignment. You're aligning yourself with what other people say, but you're not aligning yourself with what you deem right or what you feel is right. At the end of the day, you're going to keep stepping out of her if you don't realize that every time you step out, not only are you disappointing her, but most importantly, you are disappointing yourself because you don't sit down and have a chat with you and say, you know what, if you do this, you're going to lose who you are. You're going to forget who you are. I have to build who I am in order for me to realize if what it is I'm building with her or the family or anything that I'm building is what I want. You're building things for other people, but not for you. You're forgetting you. So then you're going to keep looking for you in minimal things around you. You're going to keep getting tempted on different things because you're not firm in who you are, in what you want to do, and where you want to go, and the things that you want to accomplish for yourself. In everything that you've just spoken, you've forgotten yourself. And I know that your diet is not all of that. So you're not going to be able to connect with the energies that are within you. You're going to always be able to get tempted with things that are around you. You look like you are a fit guy, and I sure when you met her, she was a fit female. You are working on yourself. Your woman had a few babies. I know for a fact the way that she come on camera that she's insecure about herself. So you know she's insecure about herself. Make time too with her to say, let's go work out and get you back. I'm going to get a dietitian or whatever and bring her in here, and both of us are going to stay in program and get you fit and get you looking the way that you want to look. Because the female that you cheated on her with looks really awesome. And your wife is extremely beautiful, but this girl look better than your wife. So what is the message that you're sending to this female that you're so in love with and you're so holding hands with? You put work in, you help her to put work in herself. When you're traveling and going out there, she's still at home with the children. I don't know if they have one kid or two kids or whatever, but she still have her stuff that she have to manage. When you come back into town, leave your persona, Derrick, whatever he is, outside and come in here and deal with family to help her out with certain things in the house, and then send the kids at grandma. And with that, you create time for you two to get to learn each other, get to do things together, get to relearn certain things, remember why you're there with her. She remembers why she's there with you, and go from there. But you've forgotten. With that being said, peoples, I will do some more videos and reviews on stuff like this, and I will post this very soon. At the end of the day, they both have to learn what complete self-love and boundary is. And your self-love is to know when you should stop and what you should tolerate for your mindset in everything. Not only that, you two have children and you are out here and you for doing for things that you want to do and what I want to do, and forgetting that at the end of the day, you have responsibility to your children. Not even her, she have her own responsibility with herself, but you have responsibility in what you're teaching your children, where you're leading them. You all get children and forget that you have responsibility in molding your kids. You forget about those things. You're doing these things or teaching. What are you teaching them when you do this? Mom, what are you teaching your daughter or your son when you show her them and forgive him or forgive him, but then because you want something that you don't really want, because it is said that you should marry at a certain age, or you should marry because you have kids, and in God's eye this is what you should do. What about in your eye? Did you even want to get married to him, or did you even want to get married to her? Nothing isn't wrong with breaking up a home for a healthier mind, for a healthier child or healthier children. But it's not healthy when you two are together and you don't even know how to function together. What are you teaching them? You're not teaching them anything. You don't even know how to teach yourself anything. You don't even know how to rely on yourself, for matter of fact. You both need to learn how to heal. She needs to realize why it is that she keep accepting such behavior to her, why she thinks she deserve those things that has been happening to her, and why he think that he, I don't even know, deserve to be that way towards himself as well. Because at this point he is disappointing the heck out of him, but he don't even realize that, because hell, he's living in a third person. Stop disappointing you both and learn about yourselves. Learn how to stand on your own first before you want to be standing on other people. You need to learn to love you. You both don't have it. You need to find that again. With that being said, guys, I look forward to the other videos that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing this Kevin Samuel. Ooh, this guy. He is leading our Black relationship into more hell. So we're going to do some more stuff. With that being said, thank you guys for listening and bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for coming to my page. So I would like for you to subscribe, and I also want you to watch the last video, and I hope that you enjoy everything on my channel. Thank you.